Yeah, that shot sounded like a queef, damn man. What's going on? This is ShanGO Ray, aka Real Deal Ray, your intuition's mouthpiece. So when the monkey mind wants to take over, and I think I'm gonna let this, because this is a live broadcast tonight. Queen Tarot TV, what's popping with you? And so we're gonna let the room fill out for a minute. But if you're catching a replay to this, I will be sure to put the minute mark that says, hey, the actual teaching or the video, what we're going to be sharing and exploring together starts at this time. Gloria, what's happening? We heard your call, Gloria. We heard it. Carmen Webb. Happy Easter. I didn't even know fucking what day. I'm sure I'm not the only one, right? Y'all probably be like, is it Friday, Monday, whatever? Happy Ishtar also. Ishtar is where we get the Easter. Hey, Naja Cummings, what's going on? Who else was there? I don't want to touch the screen because it's like this stand that I got for the phone is like wiggly, you know? It's kind of wiggly. Yeah, wiggle a bit, wiggle it, just wiggle it. Yeah. So how y'all doing first and foremost? Salutations, everybody. Ashe, everybody. Gesopa, how you doing? Que pasa? Konnichiwa. Hey, okay, Carmen Webb. Then happy birthday. I knew I missed the message. Happy birthday to Carmen Webb. Sharice E, what's up? What's up? Yes. I take it you're just turning 21, Mrs. Webb, huh? Cosmic Garcia, what's going on? Jaheen Trending, what's going on? How are you? What we soon today. 34 today. Okay. Well, you made it this far. Scotty Michelle. Hey. How are you? Welcome. What's happening, Cosmic? What's going on? What's popping? What's bracking? Yes. We're going to get started in a minute. Like I said, I like to just chop. Since this is a live, and I haven't seen y'all in a minute. Beautiful sun. You know what? I can tell you right now, the sun has never felt more beautiful to me right now. Miriam Colazzo. I tell you, I the sunshine aspect of it, like I try and get sunshine like every day, like just at least right here, and I'll even try and gaze at the sun, even if it's at a time you're not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Being inside and I mean, I'm usually inside a lot anyways these days anyways, but it's been raining over here and stuff, so like when there's sun out there, I'm gonna fucking find a way to get me some, I needs it. Old Bora over here act like she is allergic to sun, she's the only one I know in period who sneezes when she gets out. The sun makes her sneeze. Go figure. Brown Sugar Ray. The red Sharpie spell doesn't work. Should we keep trying? You could try that approach. Sometimes it's a matter of consistency. Sometimes it may be, I would kind of maybe, like if it's something that you're really desperate about, I can pretty much almost guess that that might be the case. Because the ones who it's worked for, there's a lot of channels coming through the sun. Beautiful sun. Ancestral channels too. Oh, we don't want that, Miriam. We got to that's why we're here. We got some things to say. But yeah, if you are like too desperate for the result, and I know this sounds kind of stereotypical, but a lot of people who try that spell or that ritual may find themselves in some dire straight situation, or a situation where the desperation factor is fucking mucho, and that will get in the way. Matter of fact, we're going to kind of cover some of that in today's sermon on the Mount, since it's Easter, you know what I'm saying? A Shangorian sermon. What is the title of this? Use your imagination to manifest, okay? There's a whole thing behind that, but like I said, we'll get into that shortly. I just want to let more people come in. Hey, y'all, don't forget to lick that like button, please. That really helps the channel out a lot. Lick that like button, crack to crack, and all the way back to Shangorian way. Lash Boss. Thank you for the good news today too, Lash Boss. Yes, yes, yes. Right on. And I mean, look at, I mean, you should, I don't want no tip tongue. Okay. We'll take what we can get over here. Okay. But, start from the back of the tongue and work your way to the tip. When you hit that like, all right. Yeah. Miss Webb, tell your husband I said hello. And me personally, I thought it was really cool that, your husband actually reached out. Like, that's like pretty much the first time that's ever happened. It shows that he really does love you, care about you. That's good. But what we're going to get into shortly in just a minute, let everybody come in, say hi, Miss Cookie. Okay, some of you may know or may not know, but I've been really dealing right now. Well, he came to me, Reverend Ike, okay? He passed away in 2009, okay? But he's been coming to me a lot. And I even actually filmed the time because I was going to start like working with him. And then I went to the graveyard. And when I went to the graveyard, there happens to be this huge, what do you call it, headstone thing. And the headstone had just in huge letters across said Ike Coder, and that's his last name. And I don't know any other Ike Coders myself. Like, that's a very uncommon name. And for some reason, it all just clicked right then and there, just to lack a long story, So I'm like, okay, you want to work? Let's work. Okay. So since all this shit has started, a part of me has definitely kind of pulled back a little bit just because, even though, like I said, it really hasn't affected my lifestyle too much. I'm grateful that things have been able to keep going, keep moving. Business-wise and everything else for me, it is weird and strange and uncommon, and to go outside and then everything's closed and all this, as it is, I'm sure, for you guys wherever you're at. Miss Cookie says listen to him every day. Hey, I do too. I have a little sermon with him. I let him talk, but I've been following him for a long time. And yeah, Gloria said it right. The best thing you could do for the poor is not be one of them. It's amazing how many people miss what he was actually really saying. But then again, that's the masses for you. They're not going to catch the esoteric truths in a lot of things, And yes, Miss Cookie, his stuff is mad relevant more today than ever before. But like I said, so he started coming to me, and one of the kicks I've been on, I'm reading like 4 books right now, basically. I'll say 3.5, because one book I tap it here and there, but 3 books and then 3.5. And I find myself basically resetting, going back to the fundamentals of things. When you think you know everything, that's when you really don't know shit. And I am the consummate student. I will forever be a student. I prefer being the student than trying to be the master, or I don't even try and be any master of whatever. I just do the best I can. But I also know that I'm a consummate student. And for as much as you do know, there is infinite amounts that you do not know. For every single thing that you know, it creates something else that you don't know, So I like to be that sponge, you know what I mean? So I decided to go back to the basics, and I want to go back. When I say back to the basics, I'm talking about, understanding this reality that my reality is my reality, like your reality is your reality, okay? And then there's a consensual reality, which we all kind of share. But even at that, all that is made of consciousness. Everything that we're looking at, me, this necklace, this thing of paper, it's all made of consciousness. So I decided, you know what? I'm stepping way back in the student seat. I got one of my teachers here, Rev Ike. Like, you want to show me something, Rev? You want a piece of me? No. Well, come on there. And so yeah, like me personally, I want to know just to know. Okay, I want to know my relationship with this reality. I want to understand it in ways I never have before. And it's kind of like picking up an old book that maybe you might have read before. Like the first book that I ever got that really set me on fire was Think and Grow Rich. And I remember I read that whole book. I could not put it down. I was like 22 or 23. Well, I started reading it maybe 10, 15 years later. Okay. Obviously, you pick up more things. You understand more things that you just couldn't have possibly understood or even processed when you first came across that information. It's like that information literally is alive. And when you read it again or watch, it's like watching a movie again that you really loved maybe, and you watch it again and you pick up things that you just didn't catch the first time. Well, I want to understand my relationship with my consciousness, which we call this fucking reality. Like, how does this shit work? What can we do to actually change it? Or, not change it, but yeah, I mean, change it. But, what are the dynamics here? What are we talking about? And I was given some channels, given some information, and I haven't really been saying much, even to the borderster over here, because I've just been letting it cook. And now it's time. I have a visualization challenge that I'll be presenting to those of y'all who want to take part in it tomorrow. It's not today. I was watching King Kong with just thinking about Whitney Houston. Yep. Yeah, so I don't know where I was at. That's why I should not read comments, because I'm like a dog. I'll chase every fucking squirrel. You know what I'm saying? You bring shit up, I'm gonna get totally off topic. Okay, but so that's what inspired this whole thing. Is just a new understanding from a whole different place. Like, I've never experienced being the person that I am today in this very moment, right here, right now, as I am before you. And to look at it through these eyes, not the eyes of the ShanGO from yesterday or 10 years ago, it's just that time. And I think that's probably some of the reason why he came through like he came through. But I learned some things about visualization that I just, one of those moments, right? So what you're going to learn today, or what we're going to be sharing today, and I'm going to share with you, is what it actually is. You might be a little bit surprised with this. Its main, what role does visualization play in what I call, and you're going to learn exactly what the hell, this is a Shangorian term, and I know it may be a real term, but I took it to mean it my own, because I'm sexualizing this conversation, and there's a method to my madness, but not imagination, but Ivagination. That's right. The number one don't, which ensures your failure with visualization. I was not aware of this. I was doing this shit for a long time. And when he showed me the times that it did work, it's because you did this. And that is the one secret to make it work. The one secret shift, I guess you could say. So we're going to cover all this as briefly as possible, but as concise as possible. And yes, we got whiteboard action here today. All right, we got some whiteboard action. Okay, so sit the fuck down, grab your blunts, get your drink, do whatever you do to get comfortable and relax. Gloria, thank you so much. Before we get started, though, I'm gonna just backtrack on the comments, and then I'm not gonna be actually messing with the comments too much. Yeah, Sharice, you heard it first. The whiteboard. Nikki Virgo, that's like the billionth time this 111 has been coming at me, man. I'm telling you. You're an agent of the Matrix. The Matrix is using you. And we're kind of going to get into that too. I started thinking, and I was even asking, what is this Matrix? Or the universe? Like, what is that? And I kept thinking Jessica Lange. Kept thinking about Whitney Houston, couldn't get her out of my mind. I looked up her boo, found out. Wow, okay. Money has to obey me. There you go. You're already on the right track. Okay, so let's get into some shit. The Matrix. The Matrix. All right. So one thing that Mr. Reverend Frederick J. Eichencoder has said to me, and this is something I was kind of surprised, because he was like, there's been a lot of, he does, obviously you can go on YouTube and find tons of of his sermons and talks and shit on visualization. And all of it's on point, all right, wise and exact. But even he was like, you know what? There's one distinction that I did not make back then too much. Okay. Now, I want you to kind of think of this whole process of creating. Oh, somebody else donated too. Thank you to whoever did that. Oh, is it showing up? Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Show some of them cakes. I got my sexy grip. Okay. There we go. Where were we? Okay. Yes. My my metaphysical glasses. Okay. Yes. All right. And you know what? We're going to use a red marker for this too. Okay. So visualization in and of itself, what I was shown though, is just a part of the process. You know, obviously we all kind of know that. Okay. What I might do is try and turn things off just because I will get distracted. Y'all distract me. All right. And I want to be sure to give you this, and then I'll check back in with y'all. Okay, sound good? All right, bye. Let's see. Hide. All right. So I can no longer see your comments right now. All right. So anyways, I'm going to have to display this in such a way. So forgive the crudity, all right? Now, it's been said, obviously the visualization. Yeah, this is very crude, all right? Y'all crack up here. I keep thinking about that vagina on the tailpipe. I don't know if y'all have seen that, but somebody put a rubber vagina on a tailpipe, and it was hilarious. But I'm kind of thinking, now, yeah. Okay. So bear with me, okay? I'm getting somewhere with this, okay? But part of my whole thing is through this sharing and caring with y'all, okay? Even if you just walk away with this, with just your perception on this whole visualization thing.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, it sure is. Even if you just walk away with a slight perception shift, you'll be surprised. I'm promising you. You want to watch this till the end because it's going to be worth your time, okay? Now, I don't know if you can see this. This represents visualization. And yes, you have two minds. Let's get that straight. You have your conscious mind, and then you have your unconscious mind. Actually, you have three, but let's just make it simple. You have your conscious mind, which is your critical, which is your mind that you're listening to me right now, obviously, okay? If you want to look at it in terms of brain waves, whenever you hear beta brain waves, that's what we're in right now, just us having this conversation right now, okay? Then you have your subconscious and even your unconscious mind. I'll say those two are like twins that are stuck together, freaky twins, okay? And they're stuck together and they get down together, okay? But that is your feminine mind. So this would be considered your conscious mind is your masculine mind. It projects. It's what gets the idea. Now, somewhere along the way, it has to get the idea up in here. This is your subconscious mind. And this represents right here, like, I can't even fucking see. Yeah, see, this is the, hold on, let me make it more, there you go, okay? An unshaved subconscious mind, okay? But it has to get in here, all right? Now, most of y'all know this formula, okay? Now, I've ShanGOized this process, okay? Meaning I've kind of perverted, made a little dirty sexual innuendo, because that's what I do, all right? So the visualization, I would say the conscious mind right here. Gotta move around again, god damn. Okay, so this is more a visualization. Most people think this is enough. Whoops, visualization. I misspelled it, fuck it. Boom, all right? You see the eye, the one-eyed Willie, okay? So this is a process, all right? So part of this is starting off with getting it like foreplay, okay? The foreplay part is sex ed. The foreplay part is the conceptual idea. Okay? When you're using your visualization, its main function is to create a template. Okay? Think of like a cookie cutter. All right? But that's not enough. Most people just think of, oh, if I can visualize clearly. Now, let me explain something to you also about visualization. There's some of you out there who, Spirit is telling me, hallelujah, that you're thinking you can't visualize. Well, let me tell you, if you've ever worried, have anxiety or panic attacks about shit that could, may or may not happen, you're visualizing. You're just doing it on an unconscious level. In other words, you don't know that you don't know that you're doing it. But the feelings that you get are a result of these below your awareness movies that are playing. Okay? So you can visualize. All right? You definitely can. Now, have you ever been asked to do something and that you're really, really good at and like show somebody and explain it to them? And then when you stop and think about what you're actually doing, you can't do it as well. But when you're not thinking about it, you bust that shit out. That's how most of us visualize. Okay? So the visualization aspect, getting the picture in your mind of what you really want, that is like creating a cookie cutter, or a template. Okay? The second part, though, that it must have, okay, back to sex ed. Now, in order for it to get from here, from your dickhead mind to your pussy mind, okay, which is this whole process of getting it from here to here, is what I call Ivagination. Okay? Yes, it's a play on words. Imagination. Imagination encompasses not just what you see, but what you feel. And if you can incorporate your smell senses, all your whole senses that would tell you some shit is real. Okay? Because if I'm not mistaken, you're not walking around just seeing things unless, maybe you have some type of condition where you can't hear, smell, or anything. Okay? Or feel certain sensations, But in order to get it from here to here, we got to have something that we call this. And this pen ain't writing too well, but y'all just going to have to bear with me. Feeling. Okay, now some of this he has explained in some of his thing, some of his videos, Reverend Ike anyway. But the purpose of visualization, and we're about to get into the main mistake that most of us made. I know I'm guilty of this shit. And I know a lot of you probably are too. But the purpose of this, getting that picture in your mind, is to create these feelings, emotions, more specifically, emotions. Because there's a difference between feelings and emotions, okay? You can have a primal drive such as hunger, horniness, fight or flight. Those aren't emotions. Those are feelings. Those come stock with you when you get a meat suit. Those are from your reptilian brain. Emotions are things that, all the other feelings, happiness, anger, jealousy, shit like that, okay? Those are emotions, okay? Especially the ones you got to tell yourself a story about too. But the main purpose of visualization, getting it out your dick mind and into your pussy mind, is feelings, okay? So we could just say this. Okay? This is your C, man. You got to see it, man, okay? That's what's going to go and get it and put it in all nothing but net. You know what I'm saying? Swish. That's how you swish it. It has to have these fucking feelings. And the fluid here for my mock jism would be what's considering the feelings. And what this fluid is containing is what you're seeing. to get it into your pussy mind. Because once you get it in your pussy mind, when you get it successfully into your pussy mind, you will know. And we're about to get into that too, as far as how do you impregnate your pussy mind to give you what you want. Pregnant. Look, I'll even go like this. The test said X. Okay, that means you're pregnant. You done knocked yourself up. What are you gonna do? Anyways, whoo, getting kind of warm over here. All right, y'all following this shit? Okay. Now, let me get into one thing. Let me take
I gotta watch this tomorrow. I can't focus.
Yeah, it's gonna be here for you. Okay. So one thing, the main mistake that most people make when visualizing, as Reverend Ike showed me plain and clear, this is worth a lot of money right here, just in and of itself, is most people do it to try and create a result. And I know what that sounds like. Well, of course, what the fuck else would I be sitting around meditating and visualizing for? I want a result. But what Reverend Ike showed me is by the mere act of you sitting your ass down and trying to visualize to make something happen in your outside world, you're coming from a place already right then and there that you do not have it. In other words, the way he said it, you're assuming the identity of someone who doesn't have, or who isn't doing, or who is not the person that you're saying that you want to experience being, doing, or having, right? Does that make sense? I hope it does. If not, rewind this shit. But you can only get more of that based on who you are. You know what I'm saying? So like just in and of itself, there's where the mistake is happening right then and there. Instead, what he showed me is you want to have the experience of being, doing, or having whatever the fuck it is, right? And that's it. Don't worry about the outside objective reality. First of all, it's slow. It's the densest form of vibration there is. Okay? So it's going to take a second sometimes to catch up. Sometimes it almost seems instantaneous. But what you want to do is you want to visualize to have an experience. Because all this consciousness actually is objectified experience to begin with. Okay? Now, when he told me, he said, there's been times where you visualize and you didn't get it because you were trying to make something happen, which automatically assumes and it presupposes and it states that you do not have it. So you will continue to not have it. Okay. And you're proving it to yourself because you're trying to make yourself visualize. That's what he said. He said, the times that you have done, and we're constant, mind you, we are all constantly creating all the time. It's just most of us are on autopilot, so we don't know what we're doing. That's what even inspired me to want to know even more, with more clarity, with more understanding, this whole process that we all do, but make it as conscious as I can right now so that, yes, I can more effectively apply it in my own life, but also so I can share it with y'all, okay? So he said the times that you did do it and it did work, he kind of took me back, like in that Christmas movie where the ghosts take the guy back, you know what I'm saying? And he showed me, he was like, there comes a point, and this is, he also showed me this. Some of y'all, maybe you know who Neville is, Neville Goddard, okay? Reverend Ike actually got a lot of his shit from Neville Goddard. One of my first esoteric books was a collection of Neville Goddard's work. Okay, it was a thick ass book like that, but it was like several books in one. And he took me back into one of these books and he showed me this is what that means. Because I remember reading this particular thing and I did not understand what the fuck it meant. But Neville spoke about when you successfully impregnate your subconscious mind, you won't need what it is that you claim you desire, because you will have already experienced it. All there is experience. You know, And you technically won't even need what it is that you just experienced, because you'll have that satiation. You'll feel satisfied as if it's already done, because it is actually already done. But he was showing me this one particular, and I can't even remember what the book was or what the thing was. I just remember the gist of it. So he was showing me, look, this is the missing part right here that this is where you fucked up. All right, this is where you fucked up. And the whole process of creation is sexual. Just like you have a man and you have a woman, and we do our thing. You also have masculine polarities, feminine polarities within yourself. And it can't be any other way. You would not exist. And your mind is also split up into male and female, as we just covered here with my wonderful, beautiful sexual artwork. And the process of creating is also these two, interfacing with each other, so to speak. So he showed me, when you have the experience right, you'll know it, because when you've successfully impregnated, your mind pussy, and this is the womb, it's like a bag, shopping bag. Yeah, but when you successfully did that, there will be no more need. And because there's no more need or desperation, you done took all that out the equation. Now you can actually switch. I'm trying to make this not sound so airy fairy, because I know these are huge concepts, kind of. Even for me, I'm still chewing on them, because there's more to be gleaned from them. But you can actually transfer to another dimension or another reality. Instead of changing the whole reality that you're in now, how about just switching over to one that actually, where it's very similar, just like it is now, except you are, or you have, or you're doing whatever it is you say that you want. Because there's one of those that already exists. So that's what he showed me. And when you take that desperation out, now it's like you have your passport. You can just fucking switch lanes, or as I call it, switching channels. And I mean like TV channels. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be a remote. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. The next channel up is showing what I want. So that is, in a nutshell, how you make this secret work for you. Okay? Now, I know I might have jumped around a lot, and I'm hoping that I didn't. I'm more than likely, it's going to be an hour, so I'm going to be like, fuck, I wish I said that. But, so that is definitely the missing case here. I'm just looking around at my wonderful artwork again. Let's take a look at this, huh? Okay, so if there's any questions now, or you'd like to chime in or whatnot, I'm going to hit the comment button, okay? But yeah, so just to recap, visualization is one part of the process. So, you got your foreplay, the visualization may also be getting this prepared, sucking and licking on this, and this, getting it, just foreplaying it, okay? Getting it tuned up, getting it hot, getting it warmed up for the real event, okay? And visualization is also used to evoke and invoke feelings. This is what carry. This is the liquid aspect of the jism, of the seed, man. You got to put the seed, man, in there. What you see. This is what puts what you see. Now, another way of looking at your visualization, besides this ugly phallus over here, like I said, is the cookie cutter. And the dough inside the cookie cutter that you're actually going to make the cookie out of, that's your feelings. Okay? But the visualization sets the template. The problem is most of us are just, we're on autopilot. We're not in control of that. Okay? We're doing it in an automated way. Social media is telling us what to manifest. I don't know really too many people that watch TV anymore. Most of our TV is social media on the phone and YouTube. That's what we all do. Most of us wake the fuck up, and the first thing we do when our subconscious mind is the most suggestible is we reach for our phones and do something. And if you go on social media, I guarantee you the first or second post is something about what they're going to do, or what, some bullshit, some shit to get you in a fear state. And it's no wonder a lot of you are feeling even more anxiety than you need to. I'm not saying don't be prepared, but there's no sense in you being worried and anxietied out the fuck of your mind, okay? It just does not make sense. All right. Comments. All right. Hey, Sherry Davis. All right, I'm going to take it back a little bit. I hope I didn't jump around for y'all. Joseph Murphy. Yep, Neville Goddard. There you go. There you go. HTV3. What's happening with you? Yeah. We are one big family, Carmen Webb. ShanGO never shoots blanks. ShanGO never shoots blanks, all right? My proof? Child support. No. Shit. Hey, Christine Collins, how you doing there? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I'm going back here. Let me see here. I gotta watch this tomorrow. Yeah. You definitely want to. I'm telling you, if you get that one little shift perspective, I'm telling you, and you look at when you do actually choose and why you're doing it, that's the whole world of difference right there. That makes everything. And you know what? For so long, no wonder it was like I'm shooting myself in the foot, basically. I'm kind of, how can I say this? It's like when you want something and you're coming from a place of, and I know it's hard because your senses are telling you, motherfucker, you don't have it, or you're not that, you know? That's everyone's challenge, to find their own way to successfully get around that, or at least to nullify that. You know, okay, maybe I don't have it, but right now I'm going to experience that. And a lot of times when you sit and daydream, there's no resistance because you're so relaxed. And that's another key factor also in a lot of things, that everything that I've ever read or practiced, the number one thing to start at first is at least relaxation. Because you know what the biggest part of your subconscious mind is? Do ya? Your body. So if your body is all tense, it's going to make it a lot harder for you to purposely and consciously do something. You know what I'm saying? You have to relax the meat suit, because the meat suit kind of has like its own, it has like almost like its own mind, but your subconscious mind is all throughout your body. That's why traumas are stored in your body. Why I'll say you feel them stored in your body. Okay. But yeah, so where was we at? Anybody else on there? Boing. Topic. So the performer trying to express, hold on. So the performer trying to express is act like you have it, act like you already have it. The purpose of acting like you already have it is to literally like really get that feeling within yourself. I can't explain it. There's like a threshold, okay? And up here, I'm acting, I'm pretending, right? I still know that technically I don't have this, or I'm not this, or whatever, right? You're not like just like sticking your head in the sand, so to speak. You're balancing it out. But there comes this point when you're acting as if, where it's like you cross this threshold, and then it's almost like I've experienced it already. Like I really experienced it. Like I do have it. It's just not maybe in a physical form, but if you think about it, anything that you buy physically, whether that be a car, clothes, ladies with your heels and shoes and all this other shit, it's to create an experience. The thing about it is you don't need anything to experience something. You know what I'm saying? Brother Panic talks about one of the first meditations that he did, or that was taught to him, was about an apple. You know what I'm saying? And how an apple might mean something different to each and every person. For one person, it might mean nothing. You know, to another person, it could mean like, oh, well, my grandma used to always give me apples and it gives me a warm feeling because it reminds me of my grandma and blah, blah, blah. But he said there's a silent aspect to everything, an unseen aspect. And I mean, that's a fact, you know, everything seen is made of the unseen. So the silent aspect of an apple would be, you know, what it means to you, what it looks like in your mind's eye. Can you clearly see the apple? You know, can you turn it around? Can you move it? And that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just far as just beginning to exercise. That's why I'm going to do the visualization challenge with y'all, whoever wants to do it. I'm going to post something about it tomorrow so you'll know. But this particular visualization challenge is actually to really activate your higher faculties. If ever there was a time that we need our higher faculties activated, for those who are ready, of course, this is it. But it's basically visualization for the sake of visualizing, you know. But back to what you were saying about act like it, the point is at some point in time, that feeling is going to penetrate. It's going to penetrate that that mind pussy of yours, and you will be impregnated with it. Once this happens, it's a wrap. It's going to make its way forth in your objective world. It's just a matter of what we perceive as time, which is an illusion. But it's a wrap. It's done. It's already done. You know? And you won't feel, when you successfully impregnate yourself, your subconscious mind, that feeling that you need to have it or need to make it happen, I guess you could say, will be gone. You might be inspired to keep doing something, you know. And that's another thing, also acting like, or faking it till you make it, act like you already are it. It kind of serves as proof. And this is the other thing about the matrix and the universe, these two terms that I was shown. He also showed me that whenever we say, oh, the universe is testing me, or I'll say the matrix is testing me, you know, versus the universe. To me, that's like saying God or something like that. He was saying that that's really yourself, you know, because each one of us, we have our own matrix, you know what I mean? We create and we experience our own realities. So therefore, your subconscious mind is not just going to take every whim that you say you want. Your subconscious mind, more than likely, because it's a creature of habit, it likes to habitualize everything. Just like tying a shoe, opening a door. Like, there's so many things you do throughout the day that you don't even think about because they're now they're automated. That's what your subconscious mind does. It automates things so you don't have to think about it. Because this dick mind of yours is like a one and done. Once you pop, that's it. He's done. You know what I'm saying? Or he has to rest a minute, right? So your conscious mind can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? It can only do so much. So your subconscious mind automates everything. And I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, but so anyways, the faking it till you make it, that's all part of the process. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what I was going to say. The Matrix. Thank you. The Matrix and the universe. When people say, well, the universe is testing me. No. I guess you could say it like this. The universe exists within you, right? We can both agree on that. The Matrix exists within you, right? So there's that aspect of you. Your subconscious mind is going to say, hold on, man. I don't think you really want this. You know, I'm slow to change a lot of times for the most part. So you're going to have to prove to me, which is you, but me, that you really want this. You know what I'm saying? Because if I just let any whim that you want to manifest, if I let this into me, then we might be creating a shitstorm and don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So I got to know that I got to know that you're serious, right? So when you start acting in alignment, you know, evoking these feelings, that's the greatest thing that acting as if will do, is it's going to evoke and invoke the correct feelings, okay, to impregnate that pussy mind of yours. That's what it is. That's what it is. Wow, power of the P. Thank you. Vibes. All right, Kathy Stevens. Shout out. What's this? Fake it till you make it. Yeah, it's another aspect. But you know, your subconscious mind, I once did a video that says you're always being watched. Because your subconscious mind is always watching you. It's like the people that say, well, you know, I want to lose weight, but that nothing about their behavior or anything actually would convince anybody else, let alone their own subconscious mind, that they're serious about it. You know, your subconscious mind does have to be convinced. It's just the way it is. You know, if it wasn't like that, then believe me, we would all probably be fucked up. Wow, Fangs 509, shout out to you. Thank you everybody who's, you know, hooking up old Papa Shanguito and the Ray fam. We love you for that. Thank you. Yeah, but if it did, man, we'd all be in a mess, man. How many fucked up thoughts you have a day? You know what I'm saying? So you'd either do something fucked up or cause something to fucked up to happen to you. You know what I mean? If it wasn't so slow, if it wasn't like, prove to me that this is what you really want, you know, because if you don't, I'll tell you what, like you say, it ain't happening. It ain't going down. I have to be convinced. And once I'm convinced, then I'll let it in. Go ahead. Go into the pussy mind. And then boom, you're pregnant. Because you don't shoot blanks. The only blanks that you're shooting is... The only blanks that you're shooting are the thoughts, the visualizations that have no feeling for you. Those are the blanks, okay? Those are the low sperm count, all right? I'm there 100. Heard my mama say that once when I was 7. And I'm 30, and since then I live by that. Whoops. Back it up until I'd be... I live by that and back it up until I'd be unable to anymore. Right on, right on. Yeah. That's the only thing, man. That's it. So yeah, that's what I have for you. But that's what you know, like I said, this is for me personally. You know, I thought I would share it. This is kind of what Papa Shanguito's been kind of getting into. I thought, you know, it's time to go back to the foundation, to the basics. And this is, you can't get more simple and foundational than this. But without the foundation, you can't do nothing. You know, if we're talking about music, you have to know your foundation. You got to practice your foundation still every day. So that way you can do the little freestyle improvisation and shit, you know? Lots of love to everyone. Absolutely. You too, Power to P. Prosperity all over, man. Okay? And as they say on this one, I forgot the name of the channel. I'd shout them out. Infernal blessings, brother. You know what I'm saying? I like that term. I like it. Okay? So yeah, but is there any other questions or whatever? I don't know. Maybe I missed something else, or I just want to make sure that I laid it out. But yeah, I seen this whole process as a kind of a sexual act between the masculine mind and the feminine mind. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought, yeah, why don't we present it as such? Artwork and everything, you know? And then it started making more sense, you know? So if you're not experiencing what it is that you want, you may also have counter intentions, or I don't like using the word limiting beliefs anymore, because there's just beliefs, man. But it may not jive with what you're trying, with who you're transforming into. You know what I mean? I'll say it like that. You know, it may not jive with who you're transforming into. So you're gonna have to look and see what kind of shit's going on and rectify that. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. But you definitely want to get your subconscious mind on board with you. Okay, when y'all move together as a unit, that's when nothing can stop you. Nothing. If y'all ain't moving like a unit, then almost nothing can help you. Okay. No God, no Orisha, no nothing, no Palo, no goetic demon, no nothing. Now, the goetic demon can help you by showing, because a lot of these darker demons, they're actually darker aspects of you, showing you different things that's going on that you weren't aware of. That's why they're so valuable. What we think we make. Yeah, I have to concur. What we think with feeling. Got to have the feeling in there. The feeling is that mechanism. That's the jet fuel behind everything that gets it moving. You know what I'm saying? It gets it moving. Without the correct feeling or the corresponding feeling, nada. Nada, nothing. Another thing I was reminded of, the young lady who just said about faking it, acting like as if. Um, a part of that is you have to prove you, and you always hear, well, God's going to test you. Yeah, the God within you is going to test you. Your own divinity. You're going to test yourself to see if this is what I really want. Is this really what you want? Do you really want to become this person? You know, and it happens over and over and over again. That's why when you enter into something new and unknown, there's always challenges. Most people, 99%, get crapped out right at the first little bump in the road. You know, they act like just because they're following their passion that the universe is just going to open up her lips and say, yes, lick right here. You know, no, not all the damn time. No. A lot of times she's going to play hard to get, okay? Because she likes that shit, all right? But, yeah, man. You get what I'm saying, though, man. You get what I'm saying. Oh, but I was remembering this story, right? Most of y'all remember the whole story in the Bible of the Hebes, right? The Jews leaving Egypt, right? And they're leaving, and all of Pharaoh's men are coming at them, right? All of Pharaoh and all the armies and shit. And they get to, I believe, the Red Sea, right? And everybody's like, they're panicking. God, help me. God, help us. They're coming. They're going to kill us. Help. And God looks down and says, what in the fuck are you calling me for? I gave you everything that you need, right? So once again, they start panicking. Like, yo, you know, they're on their way. We know they're coming. They're going to fucking slaughter us, man. Help us, right? Once again, God's like, you know, they even turn to Moses. And Moses is like, yeah, okay, God, help us. They're going to kill us. Help, right? Because they got this big ocean, man. They're trapped between the ocean and the Pharaoh's army, right? And then Moses is like, hey, God, what's going on? Help. And God once again looks down and said, look, man, I already told y'all niggas, man, I gave you everything that you need. What are you bothering me for? Right? Finally, this little girl walks up to and for I understand, this is a Kabbalah teaching, not a biblical one. So this little girl walks up to the ocean. Matter of fact, she starts walking in the ocean, right? And so the water obviously is at her ankles. Raises to her knees, nothing happens. She keeps walking, right? It raises to her waist, nothing happens. She keeps walking. It gets to her chi-chis, okay, her chest, nothing happens, right? It raises even more to her neck. Nothing happens. She keeps walking. The water starts rising to her chin or to her mouth. When it gets to her nose, that's when the ocean splits, right? Why? Because she knows. Keep going, goddammit. Goddammit. So anyways, that's my little story. We will be back tomorrow going live, okay? Imagine some Monty. There you go, Kathy. You could do that. You could do that. Believe me, okay? Now, I've been using my Ivagination, okay, along with shameless plug. Hold on. No, I'm taking her too. She's going in too with my quantum BRUJA dolls. You see, I got my shit pinned, okay? Kathy, let me tell you something. Yes, I do have channels. I make it easy for money to find me, or paper money, I'll say. But the energetic equivalent, which is the real money, We all have access to that. Okay, and I don't know everyone's particular. Oh, this is Bora's little her quantum BRUJA dolls. This is a tool that one can use. It's good to use physical tools, you know. I also have one that I've been practicing where I'll take my ring and I'll like I want to visualize in fucking HDDDD, okay? I don't want no difference between my eyes open and eyes closed when I look at this ring. And another quality of that is you have to be able to move it in your imagination also. But I use physical tools to get the job done sometimes. I mean, it helps, you know what I'm saying? But these quantum BRUJA dolls are based on sympathetic magic, you know. Everything is connected, you know. Carmen Webb, I'm still choosing to be breathing and not smoking. I smoke my weed at night. I'll have a blunt at night. That's it. No more cigarettes. Now, maybe down the line, if I'm at a bar, if we're ever able to go to a bar again and I'm having a drink and I want to have one, maybe. That's always the ideal. I like to be able to do something. I don't like something doing me unless it's, you know, whatever. But yeah, so you definitely want, see, these are custom made. You would get yours and it would look like you. And the reason why is because literally what you're going to find is what you start doing to this doll, how you treat it, how you talk to it. It's like as if taking some of your essence and you putting in this doll, okay? So you want to attract more money. You want to make sure money keeps coming. Boom. You need protection. A lot of us feel like we need protection right now, okay? Mirrored boxes. Well, like this comes with its own, it has about three template rituals you can do just to kind of get you started. But the point is for you to become, you know, using your imagination to come up with rituals, because you'll be surprised. You're going to start noticing what you do to this fucking doll, you're going to experience. So the more you bring it money, you're going to find money finds you. Okay. If you want some good loving, okay, the good loving will find you. Okay. And so forth. And it goes on and on. Okay. Based on sympathetic magic. Okay. So if you want to check more into that, go to Bora's BRUJA Boutique. That should be popping up somewhere, or has been popping up. And then, yeah, the other thing is we're about to unleash. I'm gonna unleash the Bora on you guys. I'm gonna have her on here soon as she lets me, because she's fucking camera shy, dude. I'm like, look, you needs to get on camera so I can, you know, I can show the world what I got. She's my oracle, god damn it. And I'm renowned for my card game, my divination game, my psychic game, okay? So we all need a little somebody. But yeah, so she's going to be doing actually dream interpretations pretty soon as a service. You'll be able to find out what your dreams mean for you at this juncture in your life. And depending on what, and if you have a question, I don't know exactly how she's structuring it, but, you know, and how you can utilize that information. Because there's information comes to you every night. Things that you've been wondering, what do I do? How do I, what? All that information comes to you in your dreams. It's just coded. It comes in the form of symbology. You have to be able to decode that shit, okay? Actually, you gotta first and foremost need to be able to remember your damn dreams. Because I know that's been a challenge for me sometimes too. You gotta remember your dreams, and then once you remember them, you have to decode them. Then that's when you can use that information, man. Child, carefree, and not yet tainted by the programs all around. We need to simply help those. Yeah. If we keep in mind less is more, and again, what we think make. Yeah. So yeah. Carmen's on your ass. Yes, Gloria, I do. The course should still be available at ShanGO-Ray.com. How come that came out correct? I hope that came out. I'm done. No, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, I've always been that way, and it's hard if it's difficult if another parent involved in the child's raising does not see things or have no type of esoteric, occult, or understanding of the mind. You know, even Reverend Ike, in some of his videos was talking about stop fucking telling your kids that they're bad. Stop telling your fucking kids that this and that. And then you wonder why several years later you got to go visit them and look at them behind the glass. You know, you forgot all this programming that you don't put in. Oh, you're bad. You're this and that. You know, and some of these parents is they've done their best to like almost wreck their kids' self-image or what they how they think of themselves. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna wrap this up, and we shall definitely be back tomorrow. We're gonna pull out the cards tomorrow for y'all, and I really appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much for everybody who super chatted. Flow to Flow 21, doing good. How about you, Flo? Yeah. Also, there's a coupon code too. So if you're ready to really get down with this quantum sympathetic magic, all right, the BRUJA dolls, the quantum BRUJA dolls. There's also a coupon that's being included. I'll put this up underneath in the description box too. The coupon is Rev Ike REVIKE 20. All right. Who said what now? Sherry Davis, choose to set an intention at night before sleep. Ask to remember with clarity. That's yeah, exactly. On the the times that I have really recalled, unless it was like really, and I'm not even sure the difference now from this point of view. There's a difference between a dream and an astral travel, but in my opinion, it's really almost one and the same a lot of times. But I notice what I would call an astral travel is so fucking. There's astral travels I've had from 20 years ago that I remember with absolute clarity. You know, hey Carmen Webb, you have a wonderful, wonderful night. Did you voodoo your husband before or after?
After.
It was after. She got me afterwards. Yeah. And for those of you who want to know, she wrote there's a post. She's writing blogs now too, where she talks about how the first quantum Bruja doll came about, and it was actually by accident. Should I tell him the story or no? Let him go. Okay, well, when I take this hair out, I have a fuckload of hair. My hair is thick and it's big, right? So if you've had your hair in braids for a long time, those of you with braids know, and then you finally take your shit out and you comb your shit out, you know that a lot of hair comes out because you've had your hair in braids for a long time. Hair naturally just comes out. So she had this big ass bag of hair, of my hair. I mean, I'm talking you can make a fucking pillow out of this shit. Like it was big, right? And we were at the local craft store, the fabric store where they have all the craft shit. Joann's. I don't know if everyone has a Joann's though, baby, but Joann's or whatever. Michael's is kind of the same thing as a Joann's. And so she got some material and started. She made the first doll, but she used my hair in it. And we were joking around about it and stuff. And then we actually activated it, like using sexual energy. And of course, my LDD, my leche de Dios, milk of God, you know what I'm saying? But she put too much on there. And so my little man started fucking stinking after about 2 days, right? And then I even made him a box and it had a bunch of sigils on it and everything that I kept him in. But I really wasn't taking it like serious, but like I was like, yeah, okay. There was no purpose as far as that goes, right? So he was just hanging around and she would always like kind of grab him and stuff. And like, I did not know what the hell she made it for, but I would always go outside or stand outside the door and smoke and shit. And she would always be like, she's expressed to me how she hated that I smoke, but after a while she just left it alone. Cause like, hey, when you met me, I smoked and I'm smoking now. Okay. So no surprise, right? So she ends up, she kept working it, however she did for me to stop smoking. Well, the doll ended up like, we got in a fight or something, and I was like, well, fuck this doll then. So you know what? You ain't gonna be able to use this doll. So one of the things I did was I peed on the doll, and I did some other thing, and I extracted my energy out of it. I'm like, now I use the doll, you know. And so the doll ends up being discarded and shit. But you know, 2 months, maybe 3 months later, it just came to me to fast cigarettes and do it for like 2 weeks and see how you feel at the end of 2 weeks. At the end of 2 weeks, you may not want to continue smoking or whatever, you know? So I did my fast and I fasted cigarettes. And at the end of the 2 weeks, I said, and at the end of the fast, it happened to land on her birthday. So I wasn't going to start lighting up on her birthday. So I'm like, you know what? Happy another birthday gift. I'll go another week without smoking. Well, that turned into, now we're almost, what, 3 months now, almost 2, 3 months now. And I know myself, like, I'm not going to, just because, like, I did it long enough, and you can only do shit like that for so long without it catching up. And I know I may look quite youthful, and I can't show the, you know, everything else, but I keep everything up like it's supposed to be, you know. I'm not allowed to show naked flicks no more, but or my work, I'll say. But yeah, trust and believe, shit's on point, and like that's all I can say about it, you know. But yeah, but I mean, I was just like, well, damn, what's the future in this? Like, where is this gonna go? Eventually, this shit's gonna catch up with me, and I knew it. I knew it. So I was just like, I'll just leave it. You know, I'm cool on it. Every once in a great while, I'll get like a little craving and shit. But when I first started fasting, I prepared my mind because I already knew what I was in for. You know, I knew the cravings. I knew how bad it would get, especially if I got pissed off. I also discovered that I use cigarettes to kind of, I mean, shit, a lot of times when I was smoking, I didn't even enjoy the cigarette. I would be somewhere else. It would just be like, I would do it robotically. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even enjoying it half the time, you know? So when you pull something like that out of your life, you're forced to deal with the emotions, because a lot of times the emotional triggers will have you smoking, or have you eating. You know, those are the two big ones, you know, or drinking, you know. But for a lot of people that I know, it's like smoking or eating. And you know, I did my share of emotional eating too. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody emotionally eats that they don't even aware, they're not even aware of it. But when you have to start dealing with your feelings and you can't reach for a fucking cigarette, and you got someone that just pissed you the fuck off, you know, like, Jesus. Yeah, you learn about yourself. Okay, you learn about yourself. Anyway, so that's the story on how these dolls even came into be. But you know, it wasn't for a while later that we was like, you know what? Let's make one of ourselves. And then it was like, hey, let's offer it. And so everyone who stepped up and who's claimed their own doll, shout out to you. You're gonna have success. Or just keep going. Like the little girl who came up to the ocean. Just keep going. Don't worry. Just keep going. Like, you're gonna see it. So yeah. So anyways, peace and many, many blessings to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, look right now. It says 29 heads and 29 have licked that like button. So appreciate it. Yes. Don't tell anybody, Carmen Webb. Shh. All right. Don't make me look like a chump. All right. PI on mines. It's a pimp shit on mines. Okay. I got to keep that. Nah, it is what everybody know. Why not make a little pony? We said, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Configure it to their things. That would be kind of complicated for some of y'all, though. Carmen, hopefully it's contagious. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. So that's how it all works, man. That's how it all works. So thank you, everybody who's, like I said, tune in again. We shall be back again tomorrow. I'm gonna do my best to get her on here, because I want her to throw some cards. She uses tarot, you know. So I want her to throw some cards, so y'all can see. You can see my product. You know what I'm saying? Get a little taste of the product, you know. And yeah, I want you to be able to see, because everyone who has approached her for a reading has just kind of done so, almost unsolicited. But if she chose to do it, she chose to do it, and they were like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? Because she's very, very, very spot on, just very good. You know, she'll start pulling shit that, like, a lot of shit. She's very, very good. Yes, Lash Boss. I'm so thank you for the encouragement, Lash Boss. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's like, yeah, but like get out the way, ShanGO. I'm like, I'm not in the way. She's in her own way. Shit. Yeah, Mike's World. Shout out Mike's World. How you doing there? Bota. Come on, boot. Come on, boot. Or you get the boot. You know? That's what I'm gonna tell her. I'm like, if you don't get out there and get my tarot money, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's that pimp shit, you know? Nah. If you don't get out there on that tarot track, bitch, and get me mine's money, okay, we're gonna have some problems, all right? We're gonna have some problems. Yeah. Pleasure to see you too, Kathy. We'll be back tomorrow. I will post earlier in the day so you kind of get a heads up instead of just striking like lightning like I like to do, you know. I have a question tomorrow for the carpool. Hey, yeah. There you go. So now it's kind of set. Do we have an agreement, Bota, that you're gonna do it? Do you have an agreement, Bota? Don't get all shy now, freeze up like a deer in the headlights. Fucking embarrass me. Don't you embarrass me. Shit. You have to live up to the right name, goddammit. You can't just be this little cute fucking voice in the background. Like a little mosquito and shit. No, come up here and show them what you got. Yo, Frank Evans. What's happening? Yes, Lash Boss. You definitely come on back, Lash Boss. Yeah, you should star in the movie La Bamba. La Bota. And for those of you who don't know, a bota is a boot, all right? When you talk like that, yeah. So, yeah, man. So, do we have it? Are you gonna show up? I need some agreement. Are you gonna show up? Now you getting quiet now too? You usually lippy as shit. Now you quiet? Huh. Interesting. It's all right, you know. Some people have a little bit of stage fright or whatever. It's okay. I'm gonna get her there though. Don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna work on her. Yeah. She forgets. I got her doll, okay? You're gonna do cards tomorrow. Okay? That's what it is. Let's see. Yes, give it to me. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Yeah. You will throw cards tomorrow. Yes. All right. Work on you, boy. Yeah, but they want to see you, okay? They want to see you. And I like giving people what they want. You know what I'm saying? Yes, carpooling tomorrow. Kathy, I'm going to post tomorrow, earlier tomorrow, when I'm going to go on. So there's going to be a couple hours. Like, you know, it'll be like at least 3-4 hours heads up so you can kind of know wherever you are. So look for that about 1 p.m., 2 p.m. as far as like my post. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go live. Might try and go live even early. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe 3 o'clock my time, Pacific Standard Time. You know? Something like that, man. Okay? So anyways, yeah. But we're going to get up out of here. Oh, 31 and 31 again. I like that. Twin numbers. I can dig it. Okay, so we're going to get out of here. And, yeah. We shall see y'all tomorrow. Okay? Now, y'all put that in there because we're going to get her on camera. She's going to sit right here. She can even put her cards on this little, you know, right here. Boom. Christine Collins, peace to you. Have a good night, Lash Boss. All right? So we up out of here, and we shall return. Peace. All right?